Dear students, good morning. In your earlier classes, you have learned about the number line and how to represent various types of number on it. In this video, you will learn about representation of rational numbers on a real number line. Just imagine you start from zero and go on walking along this number line in the positive direction. As far as your eyes can see, there are numbers, numbers, and numbers. Now, suppose you start walking along the number line and collecting some of the numbers, get a bit ready to store them. You might begin with picking up only natural numbers like 1, 2, 3, and so on. You know that this list goes on forever. So now your bag contains infinitely many natural numbers. We denote the collection by the symbol n. Now turn and walk all the way back, pick up 0 and put it into the bag. You now have the collection of whole numbers, which is denoted by the symbol capital W. Now stretching in front of your many negative integers, put all the negative integers into your bag. What is your new collection? It is the collection of all integers and it is denoted by the symbol Z. Z comes from the German word zählen, which means to count. Now, stretching in front of you are many. Are there some numbers still left on the line? Of course. There are numbers like half, 3/4, or even minus 2005 by 2006. If we put all such numbers also into the bag, it will now be the collection of rational numbers. The collection of rational number is denoted by Q. Rational comes from the word ratio and Q comes from the word quotient. You may recall the definition of rational number. A number R is called a rational number if it can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers, Q not equal to 0, P and Q are co-primes. Notice that all the numbers now in the bag can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. Therefore, the rational number also include the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers. What is a proper fraction? If you are given a fraction P by Q, a proper fraction has P greater than Q. P less than Q. And therefore, P by Q less than 1. It means in a fraction, if denominator is greater than numerator, then that fraction is proper fraction. And a proper fraction always less than 1. Also, P by Q can never be 0. Positive proper fraction, therefore, will always lie between 0 and 1 on the number line. Negative will lie on the left side of the origin between 0 and minus 1. Now we have to represent 5 by 9 on the number line. In 5 by 9, 9 is greater than 5. It means 5 by 9 is a proper fraction. Let us see how to represent proper fraction 5 by 9 on real number line. What will we do? First, we mark the origin and integer value 1 on the number line. Since proper rational number lies between 0 and 1, next we divide this region into equal parts such that these parts are equal to the denominator value. Then we mark the part with the value equal to the numerator. Now, we have to represent minus 3 by 4 on the number line. How we can represent minus 3 by 4 on the number line? 3 by 4 is the proper fraction because 4 is greater than 3 and minus 3 by 4 is negative of the 3 by 4. Hence, first we mark the origin and integer value minus 1 on the number line. Since proper rational number lies between 0 and minus 1, because this is negative of 3 by 4, hence it lies between 0 and minus 1. Now you have a location of minus 3 by 4. It is between minus 1 and 0. We first write 0 and we write minus 1 left side of 0. After this, we divide this region into 4 equal parts. Now, 2 marks, minus 3, move 3 parts on the left side is 0. And we get minus 3 by 0, minus 3 by 4. Okay? Now, we have to represent 1 by 11 on the number line. In 1 by 11, 11 is greater than 1, of course. It is also a proper fraction. How to represent 1 by 11 on the number line? For this, first we mark the origin and integer value 1 on the number line. Since proper rational number lies between 0 and 1, next we divide this region into 11 equal parts. To mark 1 by 11, move 1 part on the right side of 0 and we get 1. Now, if we have to represent an improper fraction, first of all, we will know what are improper fraction. Improper fraction, denominator is greater than numerator. Vice versa, in improper fraction, numerator is greater than denominator. We can say that an improper fraction P by Q, the numerator P greater than denominator Q, such that the ratio P by Q greater than 1. First of all, we have to convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. How to convert 11 by 2? We divide 11 by 2 and quotient 5, remainder 1, and divisor 2. It means 11 by 2 equal to 5 and half. 5 and 1 by 2, where 5 is whole number part and half means 1 by 2 is fraction part. Okay, now just we represent 95 by 4 on a number line. We have to represent 95 by 4 on number line. First, we convert 95 by 4 in mixed fraction. When 95 divided by 4, quotient 23, remainder 3, and here divisor 4, it means 95 by 4 equal to 23 and 3 by 4. Now, we draw a straight line. Draw a straight line. We know that 23 and 3 by 4 has a location between 23 and 24. It means, where is 23 and 3 by 4? 23 and 3 by 4 lie between 23 and 24. Hence, we draw a straight line and first mark 23 and right side 24. After this region between 23 and 24, we divide into 4 parts. Now we further go on right side 1, 2, 3 and we get 23 and 3 by 4. In previous days, you have seen that any real number has a decimal expansion. This helps us to represent it on the number line. Now, we represent a real numbers as a rational number in the form of decimal expansion. You are given this figure. We have to represent 2 by 5 on the number lines. 2 by 5 on the number lines. Then we can 2 and between 2 and 5, 2.5 lies between 2 and 3. Region between 2 and 3. We divide in 10 parts and 2.5. We locate 2.5 between 2 and 3, exactly thick middle. Now, suppose that we want to locate 2.665 on the number line. 2.665 is also lies between 2 and 3. So let us look closely at the period of portion of the number line between 2 and 3. Suppose we divide this into 10 equal parts and mark its point of division, just like you are given on the screen figure. Then the first mark to the right of 2 will represent 2.1, the second 2.2, and so on. You might be finding some difficulty in observing these points of division between 2 and 3. To have a clear view of the same, you may take a magnifying glass and look at the portion between 2 and 3. It will look like what you see. What you see if in figure 1.12. To have a clear view of the same, you may take a magnifying glass and look at the portion between 2 and 3. It will look like what you see in figure. Now, 2.665 lies between 2.6 and 2.7. So let us focus on the portion between 2.6 and 2.7. Be imagine to divide this again into 10 equal parts. The first mark will 2.61, the next 2.62, and so on. To see this clearly, we magnify this as shown figure in down figure 1.12. Again 2.665 lies between 2.66 and 2.67. So let us focus on this portion of the number line and imagine to divide it again into 10 equal parts. We magnify it to see it better. The first mark represents 2.661. The next one represents 2.662 and so on. So 2.665 is the fifth mark in these subdivisions. We call this process or visualization or representation of numbers on the number through a magnifying glass as the process of successive magnification. Now we represent 5.377 on the number line up to 5 decimal places, that is up to 5.3. Once again, we proceed by successive magnification and successive decrease the length of the portion of the number lines in which 5.377 is located. First, we see that on screen that 5.377 is located between 5 and 6. In the next step, we locate 5.3 between 5.377 between 5.3 and 5.4. To get a more accurate visualization of the representation, we divide this portion of the number line into 10 equal parts and use a magnifying glass to visualize that 5.3777 lies between 5.37 and 5.38. To visualize 5.3777 more accurately, we again divide the portion between 5.37 and 5.38 into 10 equal parts and use a magnifying glass to visualize that 5.377 upon bar lies between 5.377 and 5.378. Now to visualize 5.3777 still more accurately, we divide the portion between 5.377 and 5.378 into 10 equal parts. We can pursue visualize like this representation of 5.377 line up to 5 decimal places and we notice and it is located closer to 5.377 at then 5.23777. We can pursue in this manner successfully viewing through a magnifying glass and simultaneously imagining the decrease in the length of the portion of the number line in which 5.3777 ... is located. The size of the portion of the line we specified depends on the degree of accuracy we would like for the visualization of the position of the number line on the number line. In this way, we can say that every real number is represented by unique point on the number line. Further, every point on the number line represents on and only one real number lines. So, thanks.